Hi, my friends, and welcome back to the Sussex Daily News, version 2 YouTube channel. This video, we give you a piece of breaking news from a royal expert. Harry and Meghan's hollow statements just backfired of superstar activism. Prince Harry's call for the end to structural racism in the UK was met with backlash after he was called out for lecturing Britain from his €12 million Los Angeles mansion. The couple has decided to opt for lucrative celebrity over public duty, and their pronouncements on British society could be counterproductive. On the 1st of October, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex made another rare public intervention, which I think is the third such intervention in around a fortnight. Describing Harry and Meghan's intervention as, quote, rare is like talking about Nigel Farage making a rare appearance on Question Time. The couple, who swapped their royal duties for becoming part of the Hollywood elite, shared their views on the situation in their former home of Britain from their lavish California mansion. This time, their intervention at the start of Black History Month was about what they defined as structural racism in the UK. The issues they raise are hugely important, but the manner of their increasingly regular commentary about the UK after having abandoned the country and their duties to it can't help but stick in the craw. However, the remarks did not sit well with Daily Star columnist Dawn Neeson, who lashed out at Harry's lecture during an appearance on The Jeremy Vine Show. The Jeremy Vine panelist declared that she did not want to be lectured by a bloke from his €12 million mansion in Los Angeles. In a fiery outburst, Ms. Neeson said that Prince Harry makes her so annoyed. She said, quote, I don't want to be lectured by a bloke who is the very definition of white privilege on anything. Thank you very much. Especially not this. Especially not from his €12 million mansion in LA. We are aware there are problems in this country. We are aware there are problems and we need to address them. She continued, but he just makes me so annoyed. This is the bloke that thought of dressing up in a Nazi uniform at a fancy dress party? He used the P word? I have never used any of those things. Have you? Clearly, the couple has every right to make an intervention on this important topic, and in their new role as private citizens on any topic they wish. What is also clear, however, is that they decided to swap a life based around duty and service for a life based around lucrative, multi-year deal with Netflix. Their previous role could have enabled them to make a substantial impact on organizations that tackled directly racism in the UK. Now, they seem restricted to making hectoring interventions from a distance, in a manner that seemingly makes a blanket condemnation of their former home. Of course, we need to do more to tackle racism and inequality in the UK. That is something that no reasonable person should argue against. Persistent issues in the criminal justice system need to be addressed, as do continuing inequalities in the jobs market and in housing, health, and education. Politicians, lawyers, magazines, and footballers are amongst those working to describe and confront the barriers that Black people still face in the UK. Transplanting ideas and slogans from the US, as so many seem determined to do, is in many ways counterproductive. The United States and the UK have hugely different issues and hugely different experiences, and to suggest the two are comparable to make things easier on social media or in a global media environment is to do the UK a disservice. Rather than considering the specific issues facing BAME people in the UK, the importing of ideas wholesale from the US risks reducing discussion of these important issues to a superficial level. Sweeping statements made from the safety of Hollywood are no substitute for actual policy proposals that address the uniquely British experience. But superstar activism almost never gets involved in real policy, and this broad but shallow approach elbows all nuance and detail to the margins, obscuring that which badly needs to be addressed. Structural racism is a clumsy phrase that unfairly damns a whole society as racist and sees British history as one of the most unremitting shame. The repeated use of phrases such as white privilege and the newly fashionable white fragility by middle-class activists presents a simplified view of the power structures in the UK. It reinforces existing and misguided caricatures about the views of the white working class and creates a myopic worldview that ignores real problems, such as the fact that only 13% of white working class boys on free school meals make it to university. Frankly, the people of Barnsley or Consett could probably do without being lectured about privilege and inbuilt advantages by a pair of self-exiled aristocrats in a house that has 16 bathrooms. Interventions by the ultra-rich, particularly when delivered at a distance of thousands of miles and from the comfort of Billionaires Row, aren't hugely helpful when tackling complex problems. The narcissism of such statements resembles the Instagram activism of those who occasionally post about their commitment to social justice before returning to a steady stream of filtered selfies. We have more to do to bring about racial equality in the UK. It's hard to see how the opinions of absentee aristocrats, seemingly oblivious to their own prodigious advantages, are going to do anything to achieve that. Meanwhile, in the latest news, Meghan Markle has lost an estimated €250,000 in a €3 million legal battle against newspaper publisher Associated Newspapers, according to a royal expert. She is seeking damages for alleged misuse of private information, breaching the Data Protection Act, and infringement of copyrights over 5 articles published in February 2019, which included extracts from, quote, a private and confidential letter to her father. Royal correspondent Chris Shipp claimed Meghan had lost almost £250,000 to the publisher on 2 cases. Speaking on ITV's Royal ROTA, Mr. Shipp said, quote, we think this loss for Team Sussex has cost them around £180,000. They had to pay £70,000 on the last one they lost before. The combined cost for both sides is now projected around £3 million. Meghan lost the latest skirmish in her privacy lawsuit against the tabloid newspaper after London's High Court ruled on Tuesday the paper could amend its case to include details from a recently published biography. Ahead of a trial due to start next year, the Mail on Sunday had applied for permission to amend its case, arguing the couple had cooperated with a biography about them, Finding Freedom, which was published in August. The paper's lawyers said it showed that Meghan had intended some private details to become public, including the contents of this letter, as part of a media campaign to portray her in a positive light. Anthony White, the paper's lawyer, told the court last week some personal information in the biography of Harry, 36, and Meghan could only have come from the couple themselves or close friends authorized to disclose it. The book gives every appearance of having been written with their extensive cooperation, he said. Tuesday's decision is the second setback for the Duchess after the court in May rejected part of her claim that the paper had acted dishonestly. My news today has ended. How do you feel about it? If you see my news so useful for everyone, remember to like and share it for anyone you think also will love it like you. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sussex Daily News channel to get more news from the royal family by our team. Now thank you for watching and see you in the next video.